गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च सदा शिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नमः श्री शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलास महामोह ग्राह ग्रासैक कर्मणे। हरे we'll see 7th shloka, page 124. स्वप्रकाशा परोक्षत्वम् अयं मित्युक्तितो मतम् अहङ्कारादिदेहान्तात् प्रत्यगात्मेति गीयते। दृश्यमानस्य सर्वस्य जगतस्तत्त्वमीर्यते। ब्रह्मशब्देन तद्ब्रह्म स्वप्रकाशात्मरूपकम्। दृश्यमानस्य सर्वस्य जगतस्तत्त्वमीर्यते। ब्रह्मशब्देन तद्ब्रह्म स्वप्रकाशात्मरूपकम्। स्वप्रकाशात्मरूपकम्. So we were seeing the Mahavakya Vivek in this 5th chapter, and Mahavakya Vivek is intended to tell our essential nature is not different than the essential nature of God. So when I say the essential nature, that means after removing what names and forms, which is non-removable nature in me, is called essential nature. I can remove the gross body. I can, in dream, there is no experience of gross body. In the deep sleep, there is no experience of subtle body. In the samadhi, there is no experience of causal body. But that self, this is non-negatable. This is my essential nature. So this essential nature was mentioned by yesterday, if you remember. I am Atma. I am word, and Atma word was analyzed by Vidyaranji, and it was said, I am means which is Swaprakash and Aparoksha. And Atma was which is after the five koshas were negated. We had seen this point yesterday only, if you remember. So, I am Atma. Why this exercise has been done or is being done, you heard yesterday, because we always interact with the insistence of the worldliness in us. Our essential nature is not to act, not to enjoy. There is no variation or vikar in it. There is no sorrow in it. There is no minus in it. There is no ahankar in it. There is no emotion in it. But I always act from the view of false conditioning, and I forget my own nature. Like heat has forgotten, fire has forgotten, and fire reflected in the water has become hot water. So fire is behaving as a water. Fire has forgotten its nature. Similarly, we also behave as a finite person, because the finitude of the conditioning of gross body we have taken on myself. Well, suppose I take what is the problem. After that, you try to remove finiteness by something else outside. So this way you are more wanting something worldly to remove your worldliness. I am trying to remove the dirt in me by another dirt. And this is called the sansar, wherein we have first of all believed that I am not infinite. After that, I believe that I need something or someone. After that, I put effort. After that, I desire. After that, if effort is successful, I for a moment thought I got it. After that, if it is not successful, I feel I am a failure. This way, many things I hold in this world, all in the name of expanding our wrong self. More you expand the wrong self, more the feeling of contraction starts. Vedanta says, see, you are beating around the bush and you are dialing a wrong number. You are not, for a moment you are not thinking that who needs it and why you need it. So Vedanta does not deal with the topic what I need. Vedanta does not deal with the topic how to fulfill my need. That is a topic of science. Vedanta deals with the topic, do you need it? Do you need it? Who are you? Then you discover what you need. First, if for understand you are you, then we'll find out what you need or what you don't need. You have imagined a sense that I urgently desire this, and without this person, without object, I will be very inferior. I'll have no face. If I don't have a very good house and drawing room, I have no face. If my child is not married, I have no face. I don't go to the parties. One person I met, he was in a very high position. Somehow he retired or something happened. He came to the low position. He says, I dress up, I go to the parties. But from the gate, I ask the driver, don't go inside. Let's go back home. I said, why? He said, people ask there that you were in that position, why you came down. I said, I have no position, still I can go. When you think, and nobody bothers how much people may think something, not think something, but I myself have put one will on myself that I need this. If this should happen, I'll be happy. If this will not happen, I'll be happy. So we are not coming to the point. Whole life I am just trying to find out how I can get this, how I can get this. But I don't understand that who needs it and why should I get it? Am I really so incomplete and pathetic and helpless? Am I really so, marginalized? Margarine you can eat butter. But are you feeling so marginalized? Are you feeling so alone? Really you are like that? Or is it your imagination? We don't have the time to know really that I am not of the nature of that somebody will give me something, then I will be happy. And therefore Mahavakya are there to tell us that you are not a person living in the world. You are not an individual living in the society. You are not a soul in the body. You are not a transmigratory jeev wandering from one bird to another. They are to tell us that whole society and world is in you. You are not a part of the world. World is an imagined part in you. You are not some finite creature who needs a family, who needs money, who needs some good clothes to show yourself. Otherwise, what people will think about you. Rather, you are the one in which many srishti and many pralay has come and passed away. It is not that you are one very small creature in this universe. How we will see it, but we have been seeing in Mahavakya. But you are not someone who has been neglected. You are not negligible. You think you are negligible. You are not negligible. Or I am sidelined, or I am taken for granted, or I am treated like a doormat or a bug. I am mistreated. I am underestimated. I am not that. Vedanta roars from the rooftop. Gurudev's famous example, He said that one person thought he is a worm. Remember that? So he went to the psychiatrist. Psychiatrist took a worm and showed, see, worm is very small, you are not a worm. He took a mirror and showed him, you are not a worm. See, worm has not head like you, doesn't have eyes like you. Worm's eyes are very small. Worm can be crushed. He said, you opened my eyes, doctor. I have realized I am not a worm. Thank you so much. So he ultimately he went out with a happy that I am not a worm. I am not a worm. I am a worma teeth. I am beyond wormness. But after some time he came after half an hour panting, running, sweating, scared. The doctor said, what happened? He said, poultry farm were there, chickens were there. He said, so? He said, they were ready to eat me. But I told you I'm not a worm. How can they eat? He said, I know, they don't know. Gurudev has his own inimitable style. I'm just putting it in short. He used to act a lot. So, similarly, we think I'm a man, different from this man. He is going ahead of me. I am behind him. He is more reputed, more famed, more popular than me. I am least popular. When only work come, people come to me. Otherwise, I have no value. Nowadays, I'm getting ill very fast. I think better to die only. Let's have a new body. Rather than this body is now unfit. The new body I can sit also on the floor. Old body is not even able to sit. New body, if I get, I can sit on the floor like Swamiji sits. I'm so sad about everything that happens. This is how we live. I superimpose. Our life is a series of superimpositions. Our life is a series of satisfying wrong self. Our life is a string of wrong relations. Our life is just, going from one dream to another dream and trying to feel completeness in the dream by dream object and not trying to wake up. And whole birth is over to start another dream in the next body. So Mahavakya is a statement of Vedas where out of compassion, Vedas say it's fine, you can hoard the things, you can get attached, but first of all find out who you are really. Who you are. Why do you need it? It's not that what you need it, why do you need it? Science only tells you can need this. If you have this phone, you need this, They are trying to create more desires in me. The gadgets have created more desires in me. The restaurants have created more desire. The clothes industry has created more desire. Relations have created more desire. They make me ambitious. But Vedanta says, forget for some time and see that you are not at all. You are not at all meant for all this because it is not going to add to you. Problem is somewhere else, you are putting solution, you are giving somewhere else. Problem is in the I, you are working on this. Problem is in the I and working on this. You lost something in your room and you are seeking on the road, searching on the road. You have headache and you are taking stomach medicines. You are taking some medicine which has nothing to do with headache. So understand what is the intention of Mahavakya. Don't take it as something which is, I don't have to do anything with Vedanta. Vedanta alone has to do with you. I am just saying so that people think Vedanta is theoretical or something which is very difficult for me or something which is non-practical. Some words they use like that, but it is not like that. It is most required, most practical, most urgent. At every moment you need it. Don't take it as something which is taboo or it is not going to be understood. You don't be a genius to understand Vedanta. For college, topping in the college or universities, you need to be very intelligent or genius. For inventing anything, any gadget, you need to be genius. To compose a song, you need to be genius. But to understand Vedanta, you need a pure, simple mind. You don't need to be very extraordinary. Let's now see 7th verse we saw yesterday, where it was mentioned the meaning of Ayam we have saw Saprakash and Aparokshattam, and we saw the meaning of Atma, which was other than the 5 koshas. We had seen the meaning of koshas. Actually, I have taken out the outer crust of CB, SB and GB, gross body, subtle body, causal body. Or I have taken out the crust of Annamay Kosh, Pranmay Kosh, Manomay Kosh, Vigyanmay Kosh and Anandmay Kosh. We had taken out the crust of that. And where we came, I am the Drishta of all, I am the seer of all. Many bodies have passed from birth. I was a small child. I was then a boy or girl. Then I became a man or a woman. Then I became adult. Then I became old. But I had not changed essentially. Mind has changed. Intellect has changed. Convictions have changed. But there is one I which has not undergone any change. Just come to that. That means that I was different than all these 5 koshas. That I am. Okay, and we saw because it is so prakash, that means it should not have boundaries yesterday. And aparokshattam also we saw. There is no zero distance between me and that. You cannot say my to me. Other than consciousness, you cannot say my to it. To the body, I say my body. And what a silly thing. I say I am tall and also say I am. I am tall and it is my body. On same body, I say I-ness also and minus also. What is my can't be I. And what is I can't be my. But your experience of minus and I-ness on the same thing. My means something is different than you. Then only you can say my. My body. Well, my mind is very difficult. First you are saying my mind. Then you are saying I am happy. Dono baat either you say my mind or either you say I am happy or sad or I am angry. I am intelligent. Either you say I, either you say my. Why are you saying I and my on the same thing? We are rolling in ignorance only. कुछ ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. We are totally drowned in the wrong notions. Relax. Don't take it so seriously. Don't make a mountain out of nothing, not mole. So, राई का पहाड़ नहीं बनाना आपको. आप पहाड़ बना रहे बिना राई के. So, understand, no? Minus and S, understand. आप तो है ही नहीं minus. So I came to the essence of the I, which is consciousness, number 1. And because it is self-effulgent, therefore it cannot be. Because it is self-effulgent, therefore it cannot be having a shape. If it is not shape, that means it is all pervasive. We came to this conclusion yesterday, and we had seen I am Atma. And now we'll see the Brahma word in eighth verse. Drishyamanasya sarvasya jagatah tattvam íriyate. Brahma Shabdena, full stop. After Brahma Shabdena, full stop. So how will you say, how the Anvay will be there? Brahma Shabdena, by the word Brahman, Drishyamanasya sarvasya jagatah tattvam. Tattvam means essence, innermost essence. Essence means after destroying, like essence of this flower. Let us make essence of this flower. Kevda flower, chandan flower, what is it called? Chandan, sandalwood is there. So what is the essence of that sandalwood? If you totally crush it, and that which does not go, the scent or the fragrance, that is the essence of the sandalwood. After destroying it into powdering and everything, what remains is called essence. So, after you take away the name and forms, like essence, supposing this is a wood, and I destroy the wood, I powder it. Let us powder the wood. It is called burada. Heard that? Burada is there. Powder of that wood is called burada in Hindi. So they use in burning, etc. So the carpentry shop, when they use a lot of powder, wood powder. Huh? Sawdust. Soda. Sawdust. Acha, sawdust. Okay. Huh? Sawdust. I thought you were talking soda. I said, where from soda has come? Chalo, sawdust bhi acha. Because after using the saw, the dust that comes out, you call it sawdust. So that is there. So chalo bhai, that is the essence of that. But supposing I burn it, then the same thing will convert into heat. So heat became the essence. So after burning it became heat. After becoming heat, it evaporated to become air. So essence of this is air. In the infinite space, the air disappeared. So that burada or that sawdust, it disappeared. So essence of that is space. Essence of space. Space also disappears in mind, which you see in dream state. Therefore, essence of this is mind. And because mind comes and goes in the self, therefore essence of this whole world is the self. Well, I did not understand. Please go in slow motion. Slow motion, please. If it's in cricket, it's in slow motion this. Like that is there. See in the slow motion. Still they show slow motion. Huh? Acha. Film also are made sometime in slow motion to create certain thing. Offering like that. The flower petals are going like this. I think there is some program to show it on slow motion. Something must be there. So I'll again say that. Let us leave that sawdust. So, supposing I burn this table. So when I burn this table, so ultimately heat will come up. So whole thing is converted into a dust and a heat. Very good. When I say burning means what? Dehydrating. Burning means dehydrating. That means I have taken the water element from that. This is called cremation. That means the body was getting a shape because of the water. Water I dehydrated, so water has gone, totally the shape has gone. So I took out the water element. Then whole thing has become, so the object is mainly 70% water. The water is nothing but the fire. So this is a fire in short. And fire is nothing but the air, because fire cannot be without the air. Childhood, if you put the candle and the beaker is there on the top of the candle extinguishes. And therefore we understand that the fire is nothing but the air. And air is nothing but the space, because without the space, air can't be there. Here it is easy. Difficult part is that the space is nothing but the essence of space is mind. Like essence of earth is water. Essence of water is fire. Essence of fire is space. Essence of fire is air. And essence of air is space. Till here it is easy. Now essence of space is mind. Why? Essence, if A without A, B cannot exist, then it is called essence of B is A. If there is no existence of the B without A, then A is the essence of B. I hope you are catching this point. Nahi Chinmaya? Here I am not understanding. No. Supposing I take away gold from the ornament, so nothing will be remaining. And therefore I will say that the essence of the ornament is gold. If I take away the water from the wave, then wave will not be there. Therefore essence of wave is water. If I take away 5 elements from the body, body won't be there. The essence of body is the 5 element. So essence, because without mind you cannot perceive space, therefore space is not different than the mind, and therefore essence of space is the mind. Very difficult to understand initially, but if you give a thought. Actually you don't see the space, you experience the thought through the space. So space is only a thought. Well, how to understand that? Because in the dream state, you don't see this space because this mind is not there. Without the waking mind, you don't have perception of the space. And space is nothing, mind is nothing but the consciousness. From the consciousness alone, mind comes up. And therefore, a sense of mind is consciousness. So there we saw, there Ayam Atma, the essence of this was also consciousness. And here we saw the essence of world is also consciousness. And therefore A is equal to B. And therefore essence Ayam Atma and the essence of the world is same. And this is naming by the Jagataha Tattvam. Tattvam means thatness. Like sweetness is called thatness. What is the essence is called Tvam, Tattvam. Iryate. This is called by Bhagat Tyaga Lakshana. So what you did in the world, understanding, you removed all the variables, and what cannot be removed was the consciousness. So everything has come from the consciousness. I hope you have understood. Now it is clear. So Brahma Shabdena Iryate. This is mentioned by the word Brahman. Now please note, this essence called of the world will not have time and space. Because the essence of time and space itself is mind. You can't experience time without mind. Therefore, when you get up, your first thing you want to know what is the time. And you are late most of the time. So, and supposing time is less, you are very happy. Supposing you get up and you discover it only 3:30. इतना अच्छा लगता है बोले अच्छा फिर से सो जाते हैं Sometimes sleep is over. But sleepiness is not over. Sleep is over is one thing. Sleepiness is another thing. Still you sleep. Or you try to sleep, then you dream. Then drowsiness comes. The laziness is. This is called tandra. One is nidra, other is tandra. Sleepiness is called tandra. Acha. So, jagataha drishyamanasya sarvasya tattvam brahma shabdin. This is the essence. Now, because there is no time and space in the essence, therefore the essence will be limitless, which was there. Where? Of the five, removing the five koshas. And therefore, tad brahma swaprakashat rupakam. Therefore, this Brahman is also the nature of consciousness. And that was also the nature of consciousness after I leave out the three bodies or the five koshas. So there cannot be two consciousnesses, because if there are two consciousnesses, then space has to come in between. But the space is not experienced. Space, this is the cause of the space, and therefore it is a spaceless consciousness. And because this is spaceless consciousness, therefore this has to be without time and space. And therefore only one consciousness will be there. This is mentioned by the Swaprakash Atmagrupam. I hope you are catching it. If you are not catching it, please listen once more. And you will be clearer. Perspective will become clear. Because that which is beyond the five koshas was consciousness, and it was Swaprakash, which will not have a space, which will time, it will be not a boundary line. Now this essence of the world should not have also boundary line, because it is the cause of the space. Don't think mind is in the space. Our problem is we think mind is in body. हम लोग ऐसे लोग हैं, कुछ भी मानते हैं. If mind was in the body, now tell me that means it is a part of five element. Then after the death, the mind should get burnt because it is a part of five element. Then moksha ho gaya. Then you don't have another birth. How can mind be in the body? If mind was a part of five element, it would have been taken out by the doctor. बोले माइंड निकाल लो इसका, आज 10 को धो दो जरा सा. Why? I am purifying it. He took out the mind, purified it. फिर रख दिया वापस. So as he, after operation, he has become meditative. Because it is very pure mind. Mind is not a part of five elements. आप सोचना इस सब बात को. Vedanta is very interesting. If you are interested in your real self. If you love the self or the truth, then nothing like Vedanta. How can mind be inside the body? Well, but it is not inside the body, it is inside the space. How can mind be inside the space? Why not it is inside the space? I am telling you, don't shout. So there are two things. See, supposing two objects are there. One is mind, other is world. There are three options. Either mind is in the world or world is in the mind. Or world and mind are different. Let's go with third one. Supposing mind and world are different. If two things are different, it doesn't, this paperweight is different, this is different. So this, even if I throw it out, you can easily see this. It's not dependent on this thing. If this is mind and this is the world, so without mind also I could have seen the world. But without mind you don't see the world. So therefore option number 3 ruled out. Now second option is there. Mind is inside the world. ठीक है ना? Second option is mind is inside the world, inside this space. So if mind is inside the space, then you cannot see the dream. Because in the dream, the space is not there, but still mind is there. Anything in the space is not seen in the dream. It is a dream thought. So if mind was inside the world, then you could not have seen the mind without the space. That means mind should not be in this space. And therefore only third option is remaining. That space should be inside the mind. Well, I'll think over it. Don't think it is a dogma. It's a belief. It's a cult. Vedanta is verified right now. It's not like you will go to the heaven after the death. How do you verify? What? That heaven is there and nobody came to tell heaven was there. I'm not saying it is not there, but you cannot verify it. But here it is verified. It is not a cult. It is not some school of philosophy. It is not started by any acharya or any master or a prophet or Messiah of God. It is like that. Mind cannot be inside the world. If this paperweight is inside the space, in the dream I will not see this paperweight. I will have a thought of paperweight, but not the paperweight. If the mind was inside the world or inside this space, I should not have seen the mind in the dream. But the dream, without the total space, still the mind is seen. That is, it is different than the mind. Space, it was not inside the space. Anything inside the space can be only four elements can be inside the air, fire, water and earth. Only these four can be inside the space. Mind is not of the air, water, fire because it cannot be dehydrated. After burning, mind is not burnt. You get a rebirth. Brain is burnt, not the mind. Brain is a physical entity. Mind is not a physical entity. Otherwise, I could have taken it out. I could show you. But it is experienced. But it is not known by eyes. All four elements are known by eyes. It is not shown by eyes. It is not out of the five elements. Anything which is four element alone can be in this space. Mind is not in this space. Then how can the space be in the mind? The space is in the mind because without the mind you can't see the space. So that means I am seeing the mind only. Of course. Well, I'll think over it. Of course you should think. Well, but there is no time. Whole problem is time is not there. So much work to do. I'm so worked up. Lot of work is pending. Quite activities quite high right now. A lot of work is there. Somewhere Havan is there. Sierra's whole mind is on Havan. Somebody's mind is on live streaming. Somebody's mind is on program. This will be first, this will be second. Where chief guest will sit. Somebody's mind is what is a chair is not okay. Somebody's mind in who will food is there. Quite a frantic activities are going on. Some have no work, they are just watching each other. So all kind of people are there. So Drishyamanasya. Drishyamanasya. Take a respite. Therefore I say attend class, it breaks the speed, the flow of thought which is somewhere constrained thoughts. When you are working, you are in a mesh, you are in a cocoon, you go into cocoon, you go into cycles, you go into anxiety, you go into tensions. You have insistences on certain things you don't accept, certain things you accept, certain ways you don't accept. Many things go on. Mind thoughts are there. So the satsang breaks the monotony. The monotony of the thought it breaks. The circle it breaks. The shell it breaks. You become little detached for some time with the action. Because during action we get very attached. I want this should be this way only. He wants this to be this side. I want this to be this. I'm not understanding. It can be many things. इसे बोलते हैं he is caught up. He is not working out of fulfillment, out of completeness, out of joy. He wants to create something. You don't know that work is not for creation. You have to work to expand, to understand. So दृश्यमानस्य सर्वस्य जगतः तत्त्वमीर्यते ब्रह्म शब्देन full stop. Tad Brahma Swaprakashatmakam. And now I am Atma is Brahman because I am Atma was that, or Brahman also is like that. You have equated. This is called equation. I hope this chapter is clear now. And I'll now move to the next chapter. Huh? Chapter is over? Fifth chapter is over? Thank you, Vidyaranyaji. Only 8 verses. If you had like 8 verses in all chapters, we would have completed Panchadashi. I told you that was just a trailer. Picture is still remaining. With the trailer. Picture abhi baki. Now I am coming to second Panchakam. Group of 5 is called Panchakam, like Sadhana Panchakam. Shatkam, group of 6 is called Shatkam. Like Gita has 3 Shatkam. Group of 6 chapters is called Shatkam. Oh, so now we are going to 6th to 10th, and this is called Deep Prakarana. Earlier was? Huh? No, first 5 is called? Huh? Vivek Prakarana. Second 5 is called Deep Prakarana. Say immediately, don't look here and there. What? This is called Deep Prakarana. First 5 is called Vivek Prakarana. As if I ask very difficult question. First 5 is called Vivek Prakarana. Don't forget, I am repeating it. Second 5 is called Deep Prakarana. And there are 5 chapters in that. So 6 chapters called Chitradeep Prakarana. Chitradeep, very beautiful. You can see the genius of Vedanta Swami. 7 chapters called Tripti Deep Prakarana. Tripti Deep Prakarana. I have taken all these. Don't think I have not taken it. I am just revising it. 3rd chapter, 8th chapter is called Kutastha Deep Prakarana. First was Chitradeep. Second is Tripti Deep. Third is Kutastha Deep. Third means 8. 6, 7, 8. 9th chapter is called Dhyan Deep Prakarana. And 10th chapter is called Natak Deep Prakarana. There are 5 deeps are there. Deep means lamp. Because he is discussing about the Chit aspect, therefore he has used the word deep. Let's see why this name of Chitra is there. So Chitradeep, Tripti Deep, Kutastha Deep, Dhyan Deep and Natak Deep. Revel in all these things. Don't get lost. Revel. Acha. And this chapter, if you see, there are 290 verses. हम बचेंगे क्या? Yes. I'll be alive to see 290s. Yes. Yes. 290 is there. 290 here. Acha. So let's now start. And we'll start today, only leave Havan is there. Don't forget. So in this particular chapter, you can see beauty of how he's a progressive teacher. Vedanta Swami, progressive teacher, he tells you step by step. It's called a progressive teacher. So what he says, please read first shlok, यथा चित्रपटे दृष्टम अवस्थानां चतुष्टयम् परमात्मनि विज्ञेयम् तथावस्था चतुष्टयम्. He is saying, very nice example he gives. You have to learn how to illustrate also by right examples. It makes it very clear. He says if anybody has to draw a painting, supposing you have to draw a painting, so you have to have few stages. First is simple cloth, plain cloth is there. Very simple cloth, clean, plain cloth. First stage is having a plain, simple, clean cloth. You can fold it like that. It is foldable cloth. First stage is there. Second stage is, this stage is called dhaut pataha. Dhaut pataha. Simple, clean cloth is required. Then second stage is, if you want to paint, you can't paint it. You dip on a starch to make it firm. That particular plain cloth, you dip on a starch to make it hardened so that you can draw in it. Starchy cloth is there, hard. Acha. Understood, no? It is stiff now, and you can tie it in the wooden frame or somewhere where you want, because when you start painting, if you don't do it, it won't register, it won't absorb, it will all smudge out. So this is called ghattit pataha. He uses the word ghattit pataha. First was dhaut pataha, well clean cloth. Second is ghattit pataha, firm cloth. Second. Third, he takes a pencil and draws the outline first. That this is the mountain, this is the sun, this is the river, this is the man, this is the woman, this is the fruit is there. Just like that, with the pencil. Sketch, what you call. Sketch on that particular ghattit pataha. Sketch is not drawn on a dhaut pataha. Third. So first was dhaut, second was ghattit pataha, and where he has drawn the outline, it is called lanchit pataha. Lanchit pataha. Acha. Not vanchit, lanchit. Lanchit pataha. And after that, he is very clear, then he takes the brush and the colors. So if any sadhu is going, he'll clearly put a saffron. Moon is there, he'll put a silvery color there. Rising sun is there, he'll put orange color there. River is there, he'll put a blue color there. With lot of shades, somewhere shade is more, so he has to show a wave. He has to show shadow also somewhere. He's showing shadow is there, boat is there, and boat shadow is on the river. So he's showing the shadow also, exactly there. Turban is there, nice rings are on the turban. One girl is standing, wise and clear eyes are there of that girl. Lips are there, each and everything. What he had put in line, now he's filling colors. Like that. Somewhere he'll do like that. You must have done painting. Painting you must have done. School also, painting was one subject. Art was one subject. Many people were very bad in it. So this is called lanchit. So dhaut pataha, ghattit pataha, lanchit pataha, and ranjit pataha. This is called ranjit, well colored. So 4 stages are there of, then this is called purit. Purit or purit pataha, ranjit or purit. Purit means everything is over now. my painting is over. Well, why? This is you are telling how to paint. No, I'm not telling how to paint. This is not a painting class. Then I am telling how the world has come out. Earlier only the self was there, like the cloth without the starch. The cloth along with the starch is the self along with the Maya. I told you that he is very great in giving examples. So like the cloth is around with the starch, it becomes firm, ready to be painted. Similarly, consciousness conditioned by the Maya is called Ishwar. And on that consciousness, the outline which was set is Hiranyagarbha. He is about to be awake now. Hiranyagarbha. So name, little clearer is there. On the starch, I see only dark, nothing is seen. But when the outlines are set, it is clearer now that I think this will be proper. Probably this will be a man, there's a boat. I think so. It is going to manifest. You can just roughly make it out that I think this is I don't know what is it. But you have to concentrate more on to find out what it is all about. It's like that. But it's not totally unclear, neither it is totally clear. It is in between slightly. This is called Lanchit. Dhautaha Ghattitaha Lanchitaha. And when the same Hiranyagarbha manifests as Virat, as if colors have come, this is called Puritaha or Ranjita. And this is what he is going to expand on this topic. And see, the second shloka I'll chant so that you will be clearer. Yatha dhauto ghattitascha Lanchito ranjitah patah Chidantaryami sutratma Virat chatma tatheryate. So same thing is mentioned. We will see more tomorrow. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah.